You know, it's been so long since we've done, a music Monday. I couldn't find like the last one we did, because I copy and I paste the titles, you know. Hey Ben, 7 over 8. What's up, man? Charlie S. Bozique. It's Music Monday.
Music
Rob's
Monday.
looking around like, where am I?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find the chat room. I can't find the video. Can't find the live video. Where the hell is it?
Clayton James Hicks, 1998 Hicks. Today is Music Man Monday. That's right, Clayton.
Yes, it is.
That's right. Billy Shelton. Hey, man. Yeah. So everybody's well, first of all, welcome to Talking Guitars Music Monday. 5:19 p.m. out here, California. 8:19. Where these two guys are hanging out. January 1st, 2018. 2018. Look at that. That's cool. At least we were able to do like, first of 2018 to be here, because usually I'm not here on Mondays.
Yeah, that's right. Usually at the Walnut Creek.
Yeah, I'll be gone tomorrow, so I'll be up in Walnut Creek tomorrow if anybody's wondering. Jaden James, Happy New Year, man. R2, R3, Locky Nut, Harry Evans. Hey, man, Harry. Thanks again for the gifts. Harry Evans, he got me this real nice thing of honey.
Oh, nice.
He bought me Chipotle. Thanks again, man.
Chris, Happy New Year to you too, bud.
Hey, he gave me some tea. Actually, I think the tea I'm drinking is from Harry Evans.
It's very light tea. What is that? Is that peach tea?
I think it's whiskey.
Shh. Yeah. Super fuzz. Yeah. So here we are. I don't know if we seem kind of exhausted. Yeah, it's been a long. I'll tell you, man, Steve week has been exhausting. Let me tell you. Steve Anderson week. And he's not even here.
I know.
Yeah. He's not even he got stuck across town or something. So
Connor Johnson, that's my son.
Connor Johnson's there.
Huh. Yeah, but I don't know if that's legit though.
That's weird.
He said hi, so if he's a troll, at least he's being nice. Yeah.
Huh?
He's being nice so far. Hey, Hef.
Saying hi to Dave. Is that your son?
That's his name, but I'm going to text him right now and see if that's him.
Well, I mean, it's a Van Halen avatar. Is your son into Van Halen or no?
Not really. I mean, he likes them, but
you've tried. You've tried. I know. Okay, all right. Hang on. So, hey, Fender Guru, show us some Music Mans. Wow. Well, hey, Rob, what? Right there. What do you have? Do you have a
Anyways, well, yeah, I do. Actually, it says no. That's my name. Wow.
He's from Michigan.
Cool, Connor Johnson. That's my son's name. I was watching. Wonder if my son was watching. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. It's nice to be back with these two guys. It's been busy couple of months, as I'm sure everybody knows, and I do have a couple of new toys to show. And there's one that's coming. If you guys have been following Facebook stuff with Hubbard and myself, you'll see the yellow Kramer double neck. But this is one that I got maybe, I don't know, guys, what, about a month and a half ago, maybe? And this is I'm sorry about the lighting. I really apologize. I have every light on in here that I could possibly get on, but my laptop died tonight, and I think my hard drive is dead, so that's why I'm not in my guitar room. So I apologize, because you're not, unfortunately, going to be able to see the nice quilt, but I'll do the best I can. This is now maybe you can get a little bit of it. This is a green Music Man Axis EX, and it came overseas from Indonesia. It took a little while to get here, but it's a great guitar. I love it. It plays amazing, and I put the logo on the headstock, so I did that myself. Put the eye bolts on. Oh, hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. It's got a ton of bird's eye.
Jeez, that's what I look like? Oh, God.
It's, actually, excuse me, it's got a lot of flame in the neck. It's got some bird's eye, but it's pretty much standard. I put the D-tune on it, and I put a a tone knob on it, a Music Man tone knob, because the Axis EX guitars came with the volume knob. But this guitar is just awesome. I mean, it's great. Again, I mean, I know you guys have seen Mully's videos, and we've talked a lot about the Axis EX guitars. They're basically an Eddie Van Halen Music Man, made from leftover parts from Music Man after Eddie left Music Man in '95 and shipped them over to Japan. And as you know, the toggle switches in the Eddie spot, flat tops. They say that some of the bodies on these are actually veneer tops, you know, basswood bodies with a veneer cap. I don't know, that could be the case, but the neck is absolutely the same spec as the Eddie neck. It is exactly the same as my Amber Eddie guitar. All the parts are exact, Schaller tuners, Music Man, you know, Godo Floyd. Same exact DiMarzio tone zone pickups. Same exact block in the back.
It's pretty wimpy.
Yeah, it's not a big brass block. I was actually thinking of putting a big brass block in, but it's basically a Music Man guitar, and I'm going to bring it down when I come down to see Dave and Desiree, because I want Dave to check it out. It's just a great player. This guitar. What's that?
You can have Desiree play that one.
Yeah, this guitar absolutely plays just as good, if not better, than my Amber one. It really, really does. It's just a great playing guitar.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if the EX guitars are just like the you know, the EVH.
Yeah, this is the third EX guitar I've owned in maybe the last 20 years. This is the third. I've owned a blue. Excuse me. No, I've owned 2 Ambers, and then this green one, and they've all 3 of them have been, you know, phenomenal guitars. Like I said, exactly like the Eddies, and like I said, essentially they are. That's what they are. It's the same exact guitar. They just didn't put the Axis logo on the headstock, and just use whatever parts they had left over. So they're kind of a hidden gem. You know, a lot of people didn't know much about the Axis EX guitars. They, you know, for all these years, they've kind of been this Japanese type copy guitar label that people thought. And I mean, I've known about them. I know Scott Smith's known about them, and a couple of us have that have had them have always kind of wondered what the excuse me, you know, the actual history is. But Mully did a pretty good show on it with his pink one a month or so ago, and did a really good job kind of discussing it. So if you guys want to check out a really good video, check out Mully's video he did. But just an absolutely awesome guitar. I love it. Great player. It's got a killer quilt on it. The quilt top on this thing is just phenomenal. It's a little faded. It's probably not as vibrant of a green as like what Dave's PV is. Of course, that's a different, you know, PV Music Man, different, but it's not as emerald kind of candy green as, you know, Dave's Music Man. It's a little bit more of a dull green, but it's really cool. I like it. I've had a couple people say, "Oh, you got to have it. You got to have it refinished," and yeah, maybe one day I will. But right now I'm going to keep it this way because I really like it. You know, you guys have seen some of the pictures upstairs in my guitar room. It just, I really like how it feels, and it looks cool. It's kind of like the color of Johnny's jacket, actually, the kind of the army slab green. You know,
is it?
It's kind of like that color, like the lighter green, kind of
like right here.
Yeah,
this color.
It's about that. It's kind of like that. Maybe I would say it's hard to tell in the light.
Yeah, because on with your lighting, it looks blue.
Yeah, it's definitely
blue.
Not blue. It's you know what it actually is. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of like, maybe not that bright, but it's kind of the color of this turquoise cup that you guys have come to know and love. So,
it's like Dave's Kramer that looks blue, but it's actually green.
Yeah.
Is it the same color as Dave's Kramer?
It's similar. It's similar. That I think Rob's guitar is a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
It's got dark spots and light spots, but the light spots are definitely lighter green than my guitar. My guitar is more of an aquamarine. It's more green than blue, but it's got blue in it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy-ka.
What kind of pickups? What Floyd Super Fuzz? I mentioned it a few minutes ago. It's a they're actual DiMarzio, I believe, Tone Zone pickups. Dave could correct me if I'm wrong. That's what they used for the Music Man.
Tone Zone and an Air Norton.
Okay.
Tone Zone and a bridge, Air Norton in the neck.
Exact same pickups that are in the real Eddie guitar and the Axis guitars. And again, the Floyd, it's a Music Man Goto. Same exact hardware that all the Music Man guitars have. And like I said, I hate to say it, but actually I really don't, because it's the same guitar.
Don't say it.
It literally plays just as good, if not better, than my Amber one. And what I like about it is the neck is worn in a little bit more. I mean, it's a little bit more played, whereas my Amber one never really was played on. And it just feels so smooth. You know what it reminds me of, Dave? You know the neck on your last time I was down to see you, or a couple of times ago, your Tobacco PV Standard?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how when you got that, you and I were talking about how incredible the neck was? It just was so smooth, and it was worn in and played, and just this one is, it's hard to tell, but it is just like that. I mean, you can kind of tell on the sides it's kind of dark, you know?
Yeah, it's really dark.
Oh, it's amazing. And the frets are incredible shape. They really are. But I mean, it just has that feel. I mean, everything about it.
I
love it. It's great guitar.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, Lynn. Happy New Year, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to Mully the other night. We did one of these. We did a video, and then Mully jumped on afterwards, you know, and we were talking a little bit, and he was showing me his I was gonna say he was showing me his pink one, but I can't say that.
Yeah, God. Molly,
he was showing me his pink EX, okay? And and actually he was showing us a catalog too. Dave, were you there, or was that Steve Anderson?
No, I was there.
And I remember in the catalog, some of the necks look darker, you know, than some of the other ones. And so like that guitar, your green one right there, which looks blue, the neck looks darker than I mean, it looks almost like it's either been played for years like mine, you know, upstairs or whatever, or it's just a darker neck. Thank you,
it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because, like I said, it doesn't look like it's ever. Well, I mean, I wouldn't know, but I mean, it doesn't look like or appear to be ever been refretted. And the frets look like in great shape, but it definitely looks worn in. Somebody asked the question a few minutes ago: are they still available? I mean, these guitars were actually made. I did do a little research on the Axis EX guitars a few years ago, 5-6 years ago, when I had my last one. They were made from 1996, beginning of 96, right after Eddie left, until about 2000, end of 2001, beginning of 2002. Those were the years. That was the time frame that the Music Man Axis EX were made. And they were again, it's all American parts, just assembled and set up in Japan. And that's why you'll find the companies like Kanda Shokai and those other companies. I forget the name of the other one. I know Kanda Shokai is the one that Mully always talks about. And the other companies over in Japan, they're still selling these guitars. They don't make them anymore, but there's still a handful of them out there. And I don't know what the total number of Music Man Axis EX guitars that were made, but you can find them all over the place. And they're on eBay. They're on these Japanese sites, and they came in amber, natural, blue, purple, pink, white, green, red, and
black, and I think like a sunburst. You're right. They actually had a bunch of black ones on eBay, and they're pretty inexpensive for what they are. For what they are, you know, they're. I mean, they're expensive. It's an expensive guitar, but for what they are, they're not that expensive.
Yeah, that's a good point Dave brings up, because honestly, I mean, you can buy the Axis EX guitars cheaper than you can buy a regular Music Man Axis. And again, contrary to what some folks say, they're not Eddie Van Halen Music Man copies. They are original Ernie Ball Music Man guitars. And they're basically Eddie guitars. So you're not getting a copy. And, you know, heaven forbid that the more knowledge comes out on these guitars, I'm sure the price will go up.
Yeah,
But,
Rob, man, come on.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, you can find them anywhere between $800 and about $1,300, depending on where you go. But yeah, great guitar, love it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a red cloud in the sky. I don't know what's going on.
Nice, you got Eddie to sign that too.
Yeah, Eddie signed it. Steve Ripley signed it. Yeah. Well, since I have it out, I'll show you my other toy that came in. Again, thank you to Chris Hubbard on this one. This guitar is just so cool. It's not real. It's a Chris Lock body, which is exact, and it's a Musicraft neck. It's a Holy Grail neck, and the neck and the body are just phenomenal. This is the Kramer Ripley Red Cloud guitar, and it's a replica. It's a real guitar and it plays, but it's essentially just a one pickup, one knob. This is not a Bartolini. This is it's a basic Duncan design pup that came out of a regular Kramer guitar, and I tell you, I love it. These knobs are these are real knobs. They're stereo mixer knobs, and it has the two switches, and it even has the LED light that I put in here, and this knob here. Original Floyd Rose. And no, that's not Eddie's real signature, but it did come out kind of cool. Chris Hubbard painted this for me, and he did an amazing job on it. I cut the cover plates and the back plates myself. There is no battery in here. This is just a hollow. I could put one in there.
There's a fake battery.
Fake battery.
There's a dead battery in here.
There's a dead battery in there. Dead battery. And then in here, this is like I said, the only thing you see in here is underneath it is just the wiring for the one pickup, one knob.
Those actually take two batteries though, so it would have it would have two dead batteries.
Two dead batteries. And again,
would they be dead volts?
Dead volts. Got the 5150 and the
Cool.
the fret markers, and the logo came out really, really, really cool. Nice. And this is an awesome guitar. The paint job, it's like high gloss finish. He must have dumped about 15 cans of clear coat on this thing. It's even got the Steve Ripley signature in the back. So
that's actually very close. That looks like Steve's signature. It's little cool. It's a little shaky. Yes, it's a little shaky, but that's the same signature that's on the back of my headstock.
It's cool. Like it. It really is cool. And I'll tell you guys one thing. This guitar absolutely freaking ripping smokes. It just plays incredible. It's such an awesome guitar, you know. I mean, it's not tuned up, but I mean, it's just a great guitar. I absolutely love it. It's the action is set perfect. Again, I'm going to bring this one down to show Dave. One day if I ever can do it, if I ever get a chance to meet Steve Ripley, that's not clear coated. I just sand that off with a piece of sandpaper, and I would love to have him sign this, but I can make all these knobs workable. All I would need to do is get the Ripley hardware and put it in, but it could certainly take it because the body's made to the exact specs of the real one. But yeah, this is the Red Cloud. I don't know if you guys can. The paint job just came out really, really cool. Really
yeah, that looks great.
Again, I want to bring this one down. I want Dave to check it out. It's just it's a great player too. It really is an awesome player. Wow. And then the next one coming will be the double neck. Actually, I'll just show you guys a picture real quick on my phone. Should be coming within the next couple of few days. I'm hoping to have it by the end of the week. It's the Unk neck, which is it's a fork neck. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is it right here. That's the status it's in right now. Now that is it's a 12-string neck. The Unk neck is. It's not a aluminum neck. It's a wooden Paul Unkert neck that's been painted to have the silver aluminum headstock look to it. It will not have a Rockinger in it. It'll have a gold Floyd going on to it. As far as the 12-string bridge, it'll be basically what Eddie's was. It's a Schaller Badass bridge with the little inserts for the 12 strings. And now all I'm doing is just trying to take my time acquiring pickups and pickup rings and speed knobs and neck plates and all that stuff. So that should be done. I'm hoping within the next month. I'm hoping, but I'll have the guitar in hand this week, hopefully.
Broken Chains wants to know what the knobs are for on that guitar. Basically,
Dave answer this one because
they're pan pots for each string, and if you go into stereo through two amplifiers, you can have each string going through a different amplifier, so it's like a ping pong effect, and you can you can have any string going to either right or left or dead center.
What does this have 9 knobs for, though?
What's that?
Go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Why does that have 9 knobs?
Yeah, why does this one have 9 knobs, though?
The 3 on top is called a hex distortion. Basically, it's a 3-band EQ. And I don't like it. I actually don't like that. It doesn't sound good.
So one of the switches turns it on, which is what the LED lights up, and the other switch is what manipulates those top 3 knobs, or?
It gives you either the pickup by itself, then it gives you the 6 knobs without the hex distortion, and then the 6 knobs with hex distortion.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't know that. I meant to keep meaning to ask you that. Now, there were some red clouds that were made. The newer red clouds, obviously, they have some different headstocks. I've seen some with pointy headstocks with tilt back. This one is a replica of the one that Eddie had on the cover of the Guitar World, the '86 Guitar World. That's what this.
My friend actually owns that guitar. My friend was given it. Eddie had given it to my buddy.
That's an awesome.
Actually, it was Steve Ripley that he's friends with Steve Ripley. And Steve asked Eddie if he would be willing to give it up, and Eddie just gave it to him.
Eddie had a few Ripleys at one time, didn't he? He had the Super Pluto and
still does. I'm sure he has all of them except for that red cloud, and I'm sure he has other ones.
Yeah. Some of those other red clouds, the newer ones, they made them with 6 knobs. I've seen. Not the
and the backs of the necks are painted. On most of them.
Yeah.
And they have shims in them too. Is that R2?
That's not me. No, R2's off. R2 is off.
R2, man.
That thing is cool too. I'd love to get one of those.
Here's the shim. Here's the shim in one of those things.
Oh yeah,
right there. Right, that's a shim, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen. I didn't open mine up, so I don't know if mine has one, but I'm sure it does. I'm sure whatever that says is what mine says. Except I guess it has whatever year it is.
Dave, where did you get yours again? Your Ripley?
The same guy that has the original Red Cloud.
Okay.
He had a bunch of Kramers that I was selling for him, and that was the guitar. I had asked him if he ever wanted to sell any of his Ripleys, that I'd be interested in buying one, and that one was one of the ones that he was interested in getting rid of. So he and I made a deal.
Nice. You've had that what, a year? About a year now? A year and a half?
Yeah. Year.
Yeah, it's funny because Johnny and Dave both have real Kramer Ripleys. Real deal. Johnny, you got yours back in like '95 for like $300, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that you remember.
Long time ago. 95.
Yeah, you were saying. I remember like a couple years ago we did a hangout, or a year and a half, or whatever it was. You were talking about it, and you were saying that they didn't even know what they had. They had no idea. They thought it was some old junky Kramer, and you were like, "Whoa, that's a Ripley." I mean, you knew what it was.
I knew what it was. The pawn shop. I mean, it's possible they knew what it was, but again, 1995. Nobody wanted a Kramer guitar.
Yeah.
That was the last thing anybody wanted. And pawn shops were full of them.
Yeah.
You walk. I mean, maybe today still, but in the 90s, you walk into any pawn shop and every other guitar was a Kramer, and every other Kramer guitar was one that you would want.
Yeah,
like
today,
like the Ripley. Yeah.
Yeah. And even today, I mean, there's a couple of small little, a couple small little guitar shops in my local area. Used guitar shops, pawn shops, and they have Kramers that have been sitting there forever. One of them's got a Pacer. It's not really I don't. It's not great, but I mean, it's. And the other ones that got a Focus, and they just sit there. Nobody ever buys them. Nobody really wants them. Blocking that says, Rob, did you see that red Wolfgang with cream binding and ebony fretboard on the EVH website? Yeah, I did. That's cool. I mean, I think it's really neat. That's not quite the same color as mine, or the one that Ed's, or which Chris Hubbard and I made ours to replicate Ed's from the 2012 and 15 tour. It's a much more brighter red. That's more of a kind of a cranberry-ish kind of color. It's really cool. Really cool guitar, but the color is a little bit different than the one that Ed had, or has, I should say. A little darker. And I don't think it has block inlays on it either. But definitely a cool addition to the EVH.
The new one?
For sure, yeah.
The new one that's coming out?
I think it's dot inlays.
Yeah, it does have dots. The new one has dots.
He said it does have dots.
Does have dots. RMG
does have dots, yeah.
RMG says, I finally come back to the dark side of tubing.
There it is.
Yeah.
Bought a brand new car,
New
Mercury 5. He wants me to check it out and tell him what I think. Well, okay, I will. Car Mercury 5, huh? I'll check it out.
Oh, you like my new broadcasting location, huh, RMG? Yeah, it's not. I mean, this is my living room. I've lived here for just about 3 years now, just over 3 years now. It's cool. It's. I mean, I'd much rather be sitting in my guitar room, but these guys like it because I don't echo as much, and my chair doesn't squeak as much, but the background isn't quite as important.
Well, you got the chair back there with the. What do you call it? I don't even.
Oh, the sheep. It's got sheep on it. It's the cat's blanket. And Jelly Bean. She's sleeping over on the couch right now. So, Dave, what did Snickers and Brandy get for Christmas?
Oh, they got cool stuff. They got
they got Snickers and Brandy.
Brandy got Snickers.
They got treats. Yeah, they got treats. And the cat got toys, and he hated them. He didn't play with them.
How is Snickers doing with the cats now that he's been there for?
Well, we only have one cat now, but they all get along. There are times where they bark at each other, or whatever. But there's no hitting, no nothing. The three animals get along pretty good.
Good. Hitting.
I think that's called bapping.
Oh, yeah.
Bapping?
Bapping. Isn't that what it is?
You did say bapping, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what that is?
I was hoping that you didn't say fapping.
What? Flapping?
No.
Zach Moon has a good
Yeah, you guys can answer that
a
one.
good thing there. Dave.
What? Hang on.
What's the difference in tone between the
How would you guys
Music Man?
describe the difference in tone between Eddie Van Halen Music Man's and the EVH Wolfgang pickups? Well, the EVH Wolfgang pickups are going to be hotter, louder pickups. They're hotter sounding. They're not going to be as warm sounding as the Music Man. It's a less woody sound than the Music Man.
They're hot.
Yes, hot. They hot.
Very hot.
In a hot tub. They hot in a hot tub.
Very hot. You know, I AB, this guitar, which has the EVH pickups, and then I've got the Music Man. I can AB those, and this guitar is way hotter.
Yeah.
Way louder. Way louder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, both good, both great.
Desiree says Happy New Year.
Say that. I just wrote him up for it, so that-
We actually we three of us had this conversation maybe 3 or 4 months ago. One hangout we did back in the summer. I think it was somebody had asked a question on comparing the sound between the Music Man's, the PV Wolfgangs, and the EVH Wolfgangs. And it's funny. I don't know if it was Dave or Johnny had mentioned it, but I completely agree. If you look at the way the tone has changed over since '91 when Eddie, or 91 when Eddie went with Music Man. They've consistently got, as Dave said, hotter. The Music Man is a great sound, but those DiMarzio pickups, they don't have that. They just don't have that crunch, that kick, that bite, that hotness to them that the EVH does. And then in 96, 95, 96, when Eddie went with Peavey, in my opinion, the Peavey Wolfgang pickups were a little bit hotter than the Music Man. They just had a little bit more bite to them. And all my Music Man and PV have felt the same. And then when the EVH came out, it's even more, just over the top.
But the PV Wolfgang pickups, to me, they're quite a bit hotter than the Music Man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like several steps up, and then the EVH is like way up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They took a big jump. And then like Johnny said, EVH just took it over the top, just like,
Yeah. I've never found DiMarzio pickups to really be that hot.
They're not. They're well.
I mean, compared to the EVH pickup.
Yeah,
I've
they're
never,
definitely not.
I've had many different DiMarzio pickups. The Music Man one, super distortions, or whatever you call them, stupid distortions. Actual ones, actual old ones from the 70s.
Yeah.
And you can't even crank those things because all you get is feedback. That's why Eddie would pot the things.
Right.
Well,
they didn't pot them back then. Right. Eddie came up with he basically came up with that whole idea of potting a pickup. Nowadays, they're all potted before you get them. All of them.
Mm-hmm. Now, Dave, you're the pickup in that I think it's a DiMarzio Super Distortion, unless you changed it out in your Bumblebee, the one you got from me. I think that's a DiMarzio Super Distortion. Do you find that? I always did. I always found that a little bit hotter than like the Music Man pickup.
Yes, and it's dark. It's dark sounding. I'm not crazy about it. I love the guitar. Not crazy about that pickup.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually was.
It just sounds it's very dark, very bassy.
Yeah, it is. You can adjust it a little bit on the amp, but I never could get it to sound exactly how.
Yeah, it's a little weird, and that's one of the reasons why I went with the titanium block on the Floyd to lighten it up a little bit, but
yeah,
it's not enough. But it's not a big enough issue for me to change that pickup. It's just the guitar is perfect as is.
Yeah,
just fine. It looks great.
Happy New Year to you too. Clayton James Hicks has asked a question a few times, and we've been talking. I haven't been able to respond, but that's cool, Clayton. You got that Music Man black bass. Yeah, I'd love to see a picture of it. That'd be cool.
Nice.
Jamaica. So Dave, what's your next? Oh, actually, I don't know if you have it handy. I haven't seen it yet, but other than pictures, how are you liking that new Kramer that you got?
I love it. It's right.
Oh, you do have it handy. Nice. I wanted to check it out.
I have it on a stand right next to my computer.
So you're not telling me you actually play that guitar, huh?
Yeah, I do. I do play the guitar. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's
Has
just
it got the Dave Nesdall setup job done to it yet?
yeah. Yeah, that's right.
You can really hear the difference when it's not plugged in, when you're switching in between pickups.
I didn't mean to do that.
You can really hear it.
The loudest click you're ever going to hear.
You notice people do that, though? You pick up a guitar at Guitar Center, and you don't even
I've
plug
done
it in. You strum on it, and you're like flipping the switches, strumming.
Dude, I've seen you do it.
Like it makes any difference.
I've seen you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
There it is.
I can hear the difference.
That's an awesome looking guitar. I can't wait to check that out.
It's fantastic. And what color does it look like to you?
Looks like Lake Placid blue to me.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, on film it looks that way. On video it looks that way, but it's not. It's green.
That's green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Well, see, now I can tell why you guys keep looking at my Music Man saying it looks green. You're right. If that's green, yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna when you come here and see it. When you come here and see it, you're gonna be like, "Well, it's a different guitar, right?" Because it's seriously green. Yeah, it shows up blue. It shows up blue on camera, but it's green.
Huh.
Man. Hey, RMG 471. Hey, man. Connor, what is the show's schedule? As in this? Mondays, although not really Mondays lately. Today, you just happened to catch us when we're here, but usually Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then some special edition every other day.
It's so funny. I keep seeing Connor Johnson. I'm like, it looks like that's my son's name. It's even spelled right. C-O-N-O.
You're like, how come you're not in bed?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, no, Connor's not that young, right? He's what?
No, Connor's he's in college. He's 18 now, so yeah, he's home for the holidays. Actually, it's been. I didn't really get to tell you guys too much. Just a couple of sentences. I picked him up from college 2 weeks before Christmas, something like that, and brought him home. He just goes to college out in Boston at LaSalle College, and it's about an hour and a half away. So he's been home for the last, few weeks, and he goes back, I think, on the 17th. So I got him a part-time job where I work, just at the school, just, doing some maintenance-y kind of stuff. So he's kind of pumped about that. And so it's funny because he's been home for the last few weeks, and I saw him all day Christmas Day, him and my daughter, Molly. But I have not spent as much time with him as I would have liked to because, he's home and he's with his girlfriend, and he's with his friends, he's at the gym. So I should have known I wasn't going to get to see him as much as I had hoped. But so when I saw Connor Johnson pop up here, I'm like, "The heck's that kid doing? He's actually watching our show."
Yeah. Zach Moon says, "Dave, looks like you just pulled that thing out of the '85 Guitar Show interview. This guitar, the guitar that Eddie held with Dennis Berardi, and Eddie was being interviewed in '85. It's called The Guitar Show. If you look at it, if you watch that online,
that is it. Forgot about that.
Same guitar, except I think Eddie's was in '85. I think his had a rounded headstock, but yeah, same guitar.
That's the one he was giving Dennis Berardi a bunch of crap. It was funny.
Yeah.
Dennis,
yeah. But also, I think that one was slightly different color. I think that one was actually a tiny bit lighter blue than this one. But it's the same guitar.
Yeah. Forgot about that, yeah.
What year is that guitar?
This is an '86. This one has this headstock.
Looks like it's in amazing shape.
And it really is. It really is. It's got a couple dings on it, but I mean, it's in incredible shape. The case is in great shape. It's got the original case. I mean, there's nothing. There's some, pick scratches, whatever, just from normal wear and tear.
That just gives character to it, honestly.
Yeah, Hef says it looks like the Reb Beach model. Actually, Reb's guitar is an 87 with the big logo, with the big Kramer logo, and his had EMG pickups in it, but it is the same exact guitar, yes.
It looks like it's in about the same condition as my purple Pacer. It looks like it's
yeah, it's in excellent condition. The Floyd is in excellent condition. Everything about it is in great condition.
Desiree, I don't know if you're sitting right there. I forgive me for asking. Where did you get that guitar? Where did you guys find it?
I got on Reverb.
On Reverb.
Oh, nice.
There was a candy apple red one as well. That was cool. For I saw the red one day, and I said, "Oh, and I showed her the guitar, the red one, and it was more beat up. It was a little bit less money than, and it was cool. And the only reason why I asked for one is because I don't have any guitars with single coils in it, and Lloyd. And this is, I've got plenty of Kramer guitars, but how cool would it be to have, an inexpensive, which this is not actually, but when I was looking at the red one, I was like, how cool would it be to have a really good, inexpensive Kramer with 2 single coils and a humbucker? And then the next day, I went back on Reverb and I said, I saw this one, and I said, uh-oh. Boy, that blue one sure is nice. And I was like, wow, look how clean it is. And I was like, I really like the blue one. And then, the whole thing was, it was gone. It was gone the very next day. And I honestly never crossed my mind that Desiree bought it. I just figured
Dave's like,
someone saw it. Someone saw it, and it was like, the way I saw it, was like, well, I got to have that guitar.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you the whole story when you come down. I was pretty mean to him.
It was really cool. I mean, at one point, I thought I had the guitar because I did see the UPS truck drop a big box off across the street. And then I said to her, you bought the guitar, didn't you? It's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And she got so pissed off at me, like pissed off, like, when you're fighting with your girlfriend, kind of pissed off. It wasn't like, I know
what that's like,
with a smile. It was like, no, she got pissed off because she's like, all right, already, enough with the goddamn guitar. I didn't get you the goddamn, like, freaking out at me. I didn't get you the guitar.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so you didn't get me the guitar. Okay, it's cool.
Desi, was that a little bit of that Texas temper coming out or what?
Well, because what happened was he said, I saw a box across the street. I know you got it for me. Now it's gone. And I was like, you're not going to ruin this. And so I'm like, no, I didn't get it. And he knows I start smiling and everything when I'm lying. So I'm like, you know what? I have to act pissed off. And so I'm really mad. I'm like, will you quit mentioning it? I did not get it. I feel horrible. Have it. Yeah. Quit mentioning the stupid guitar to me. You don't have it. And so
it sounds like you played it off pretty good. You were like playing off the kind of like, don't make me mad. I already feel bad enough. I didn't get it for you type card.
Yes. Yeah. And so he's like, okay. I'm like, just quit talking about that stupid guitar.
Yeah, and then like a couple weeks later, we're talking. It's late at night, and she's like, it's 2 weeks, and you still didn't tell me what you want for Christmas. I'm so pissed off at you. All you wanted is that damn guitar, and now that you're not getting it, you didn't tell me you don't want anything. You're being spoiled. I'm like, oh God.
So how was it wrapped up?
So I said, all right, I want this.
Yes.
How come you didn't hear me when I said it like this? And I wanted R2D2, and I wanted BB-8, and I want these toys, and let's go to Toys R Us. Why don't we just walk? Let's walk. Let's go to a GameStop. Let's go to someplace. Let's go in. And she was like, oh crap. Now I got to get him some stuff.
Dave's like, all I want tickets to that new awesome Star Wars movie. Dave's like,
So yeah, now you know the whole debacle. So all right, so here it is. It's Christmas Eve.
Are you gonna tell them what I did to you?
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve, and all the presents are under the tree, and a lot of them were at my mom's house hiding. So that neither one of us would be looking to see what we got each other. So she goes over there to get the presents, and she and my mom both are carrying this big box, this big guitar box, because it looks to be very, very heavy. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I did get the guitar, and I'm like, and I was told that I couldn't. I had to open that box last.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Everyone had to open their presents. That was the last present that was getting opened. So I went along with it. I was like, okay. So we're opening every present, and I'm looking at the box, and I haven't touched it. I haven't, it's just sitting there by the tree, and I haven't touched it or anything. And it comes time to open the box. So I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm holding it, and I'm like, this box is really light. It's like it feels like there's nothing in it. Like
the new guitar case.
Like what's the joke? So I opened the box.
A gig bag.
And there was an ornament of a guitar in the box with all these the
peanuts.
The peanuts, yes. So this ornament thing was sitting, and it was a guitar, but nothing else. And I was like, oh, that's a great joke. That's great. And I'm trying to not show that I was upset about it. and Desiree's videoing the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm
She's videoing
Oh.
the look on my face.
Desiree, when am I getting that footage?
No one is. No one
I'll
is.
give it to you.
I'll break the phone first.
That's right. You did the walnut tree.
Yeah. That's
So,
because I was gonna say, how come you guys didn't film?
Walnut Creek tomorrow.
What?
no, this film of me opening the case. What's the hell?
He's trying to find that window.
I was trying to find the window. Yeah, Desiree, what you should have done is you should have brought that box over like at the end.
I did. Like, right before he had to open it, I brought it in. I was acting like it was really heavy, meaning his mom. Yeah, it was the very end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was sitting here like as we were just getting ready to open the presents. It wasn't here like waiting. It wasn't here for days.
I know. But what I mean is, you should have waited till you guys opened all the presents, and then like had just a couple little things for Dave. Like, so he'd be like,
so let me finish. So let me finish the story. So I open the box, and there's this little ornament guitar, and I'm like, oh, how cute, nice. So I throw it on the tree, and my mom says, oh my God, I left the space heater on in the house. Tom is my mom's husband.
Yeah.
Tom, can you go make sure I shut off the machine, so the house doesn't burn down. God forbid.
On Christmas, yeah.
And it's it's conceivable that would have happened because my mom is hoo-hoo, and I love her to death, but it's my mom, a little flighty, and this house had burnt down to the ground in 2007. So we're all really hyper about burning houses. So Tom goes across the street and brings this wrapped guitar case over and says that someone left something at the front door. And I'm like, okay. So Desiree says, just bring it in. And when he brought the case in, it was the Kramer case that I didn't know it was a Kramer case at the time, but I figured it was. And it was wrapped. The whole case was wrapped beautifully. So I'm unwrapping the case, and I opened the case, and I started crying. I was so touched, I couldn't believe it. It was pretty amazing. So it was very heartfelt, and it's my favorite guitar. I could probably do without everything that I own as long as I had this.
That's awesome.
We have that on video now, so everybody, you heard that.
Dave will be getting rid of all his guitars. Everybody.
No, I didn't say I'd be getting rid of, but if I had to.
I know. That's a nice guitar. That's a great guitar. I saw that post on Facebook. Was it Christmas morning?
Yeah.
And I was waiting for my pick up my kids, and I was just like, wow, look at that. That thing is sweet.
It really is. Wait till you put it in your hands, or you'll understand why. It's a little heavy, but it's not terribly heavy, and it's super resonant. Like it's really you strum the strings and you feel it.
Yeah,
you feel the guitar. Yeah, yeah, it's very cool.
It's a great guitar. What'd you get, Johnny?
Huh?
Huh?
For what? No, I didn't get anything. Actually, I'm getting something soon. I'm getting something probably next week.
Cool.
Well, that. Dave said
Desiree and I bought him this, and I'm sending it to him.
Awesome. Awesome.
We did a video last night. I wanted to present it to him. I couldn't wait for him to open it by himself, but because I'm not wrapping it. But you know how he's been talking about that pedal for almost 2 years now. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Thanks again, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank me when you get it. Don't thank me until you get it.
I can do an unboxing.
You can open the box because it's not going to be in a box. It's just going to be like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
That is cool. I've always wanted one of those Echo Plexes. I never even tried those.
It's very cool for what it is. I mean, for what it does, it's super cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Echoplex is an amazing. Oh, Teddy.
Hey, Teddy.
What's up, man? Doesn't Teddy have an original Echoplex
I'm not sure.
that he found in some basement or something? Remember that story? Teddy had all that gear.
54 people watching us.
53.
All right, 51.
Yeah, I know. 5150. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, the Echoplex is an amazing the actual tape machine itself. Those are great. I've used them in the studio. But yeah, that pedal though, the Dunlop MXR Echoplex pedal is awesome.
You know, I found out.
Crazy.
I just found out one of the cool features of this pedal. I'm going to open it and show it to you, Johnny. I don't know if you know about this. Well, anyway, it's in there. If you press down on the top button, on the top knob, you can control the amount of warble in the tape. You know, like an original tape, how it gets worn out.
Mm-hmm.
You can control that. You can actually make more of that degenerated sound.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Really cool. That's
I didn't know that until just like the other day, actually.
That's cool. I've only tried one of those once. Just one time. You know, I did a video here, you know, on just search Echoplex on the channel.
Yeah.
You'll see the video.
Oh yeah, you did it at Guitar Center, didn't you? Was it Guitar Center?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Yeah. That's cool. I can't wait to try that, man. Cause yeah, I'm really into all the John BL 1550, the wow and flutter. Yeah, that's what I'm really into. I dig all that stuff. And I remember from when I tried that pedal, it was insane. The sounds that came out of that.
You get like the fluttering sounds, those kind of old classic tape delay sounds are just awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it was everything. Yeah, like I mean, think of a delay pedal. Think of just a regular, you know, repeating delay. That thing is that and everything else. You know?
Yep.
It's just craziness.
I've always wanted one of those. My next my next purchase for delay pedal is going to be it's going to be a little while before I can afford it, but I'd love to get an Echoplex. I would love one just to have for those classic sounds, but I'm going to get one of those even-tied time factors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm either going to get one of those or I'm going to get the one that Dave has.
The H9?
Yeah, it'll either be one of those.
Well, I have the Eventide H9 that I haven't even plugged in yet.
Oh. That's the time factor?
No.
Which one is that?
The H9.
Oh, that's the harmonizer. When did you get that, Dave?
Just before.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is that going to replace your PS6? Are you going to use that?
It's not going to replace anything. I'm probably going to use that as a delay pedal and for other sounds.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave the pitch shifter right where it is because it's easy.
Yeah.
Someone had a cool question. Zach Moon. I think it was Zach Moon. Zach Moon, I've actually explained this once before, but he says, what do you think Eddie liked the most about his Amber Music Man? After all, they were all made to the same spec.
Good question.
I'll tell you a semi-quick story that you probably haven't heard yet. My friend Andy Aladort, who you all may or may not know, he's been on our show. He's a friend of ours. He's one of the head editors of Guitar World magazine, also an amazing guitar player. Plays with a bunch of people. Back in, I want to say, 95, 94 or 95, he went to 5150 and interviewed Eddie with Billy Corrigan. He was like the ghostwriter, for that Billy Corrigan interview. And he got to talk to Eddie, and he also, in the control room, was probably about 20 Music Man guitars on a guitar stand, all in a row. And while they were setting up the live room, where they were taking photos of Eddie and Billy playing the two black Wolfgangs that you've seen in that issue, Andy was bored, so he would, for like 10 seconds, pick up each guitar and play them. And Matt Bruck was there, and someone else, I guess one of the studio helpers. So in the middle of that bunch was the Yellow Music Man. And when he got to that guitar, he immediately stopped in his tracks and said, "Whoa, what's the deal with this guitar? Why is this one's like crazy, like different than the rest of them?" And Matt Bruck turned to him and said, "Well, that's the one. That's the one that Eddie's been playing for the last 5 years. It's the one that he plays every show with, and it was alive. The guitar was absolutely alive." And he said that his hair was standing up on his arms when he was playing the guitar because they were all super great. But when he picked that guitar up, it was like a religious experience. It was a way different thing.
And that guitar to this day is still hanging in 5150 from what we know. I mean, there were some pictures within the last 8 to 10 years that came out. And it shows that guitar is still sitting there. And I think the purple one. I think that one and the purple one. And Dave, you also got another story. You not just a Music Man, but you got to play Eddie's purple PV Wolfgang that he played at the 98 tour. And from what I remember you saying, when you picked that up, you were just like, whoa.
It was another great guitar. I mean, I never got the chance to play the Amber Wolfgang, the Amber Music Man. But when I played that purple PV, it was like one of the best guitars I've ever played in my life. Yeah. And not just best Wolfgangs. It was one of the best guitars I've played in my life. And it's just one of those things that you just remember.
You said that Music Man experience was during that 96, during the Billy Corrigan shoot.
I guess it was 95. It happened in 95. Yeah.
So he was playing the PVs at the time we just started.
Yeah.
But he still had all those Music Mans kicking around.
Yeah.
Huh. Cool. Yeah, I can only imagine what playing that.
But I'm sure Andy. I'm sure there were Wolfgangs and Music Man guitars in that guitar stand, and I'm sure because Andy's not a humongous Van Halen guy like we are, so I would imagine he was probably playing Wolfgangs and Music Man guitars at the same time. But when he got to that one, it was like, what? Because he didn't know. He had no idea that it was the guitar that Eddie had been using for 4 years. He was just like, what's the deal with this guitar? Why is it so different?
Yeah. So there was no oh, this is the guitar. I want to try it.
No, he didn't care, and he didn't know because he's not a Van Halen guy. He's just like, He just went there. He loves Van Halen, but it's not like the same as we are, where we know every inch of every guitar just by looking at it. He had no idea that was the guitar he had been playing.
Mm-hmm. No, Andy, he's a huge Hendrix guy.
Yeah, Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan to him is the way we are with Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, that I've never had the privilege to ever play one of Eddie's guitars, but every once in a while, I can kind of relate in a much smaller scale with all the guitars that I've owned over the course of the last 23 years. I've maybe haven't owned as many as Dave, but I've definitely owned over 100 guitars easily in the last 20-something years. And, I have 28 guitars now, but every once in a while you'll get a guitar. Forgive my voice, I got a bit of a cold coming down with the cold, but every once in a while there'll be a guitar that just has that feel, it just rings, and that purple PV Wolfgang of mine, the one I got from Scott a few years ago, that is definitely one. My Tour Relic is another one. My Kramer, my 5150 is one, and I don't hate to say it, this one right here, this neck is it's amazing. I was playing this morning for about an hour, and it just plays itself. It's just it's so simple to play. Just the feel of that neck is just phenomenal. And again, I go through phases. I'll just fall in love with the Music Man neck, the profile, the asymmetrical, board and everything, and then I'll pick up a Wolfgang, like an EVH, which I love, and then all of a sudden that's my go-to guitar for a while. And it's funny how I go through phases like that,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your go-to guitar, Johnny? Like the one that just is like your favorite guitar to play, not necessarily for a show, but like the one that just plays itself out of all your guitars.
Can I say Telecaster? Will you guys get mad?
No.
Well, my main guitar is the Fender Tele. I mean, the Japanese Telecaster 72, whatever it is. That's been my main thing for many years. I would say this one. That's been one.
Yeah.
One of them. I mean, that one, the black one that Bozique gave me. I think my main guitar lately for recording has been the black EVH Special.
Yeah.
That's been my main one lately.
How about you, Dave? I mean, I know you love that blue one, but with everything you got, what's your most playable, magical guitar that you have?
Oh boy, my 5150 guitar, my green Wolfgang, the black Kramer, the black Carrera that I had refretted just recently. Amazing guitar. Those three probably, and my Strat, the Super Strat that's all beat up.
Cool.
Yeah. Podcast.
Well,
you can't say podcast because there was music underneath.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm really excited about this new Kramer yellow double neck come in. I'm really anxious to see how that's going to play. I've never. It's kind of funny. I've never in my life played a 12-string guitar, and I've never played a double neck guitar. And I was talking to Hubs the other day, and he was holding the guitar. He's got one of them all put together. There's two of them. There's one for him, one for me. And it's a Chris Lock body that was custom made by Chris Lock, and I'm trying to say the top necks, the 12-string necks are Unk necks, Paul Unkert necks, 12-string necks, and the bottom one, or I think they're both necks are Kramer, or Musicraft Kramer chicken hawk necks, beak necks. So it'll be interesting to say, but he was holding it the other day, and he's like, dude, he's like, where did you hold this thing and play it? He's like, it's just so weird. It's like it's the balance on the thing is just a little different. He was basically saying it's going to be, it wants to be, it wants to go this way because it's so heavy with the two necks. So he said, if when you get a bridge, he's like, put all the weight you can, rear load it, so it's so it makes it a little bit more easy to handle. So. I got the gold Floyd in the mail last week, so I immediately went out and bought a big brass block for it, because that guitar is not going to have I'm not going to have a bar on it because Eddie never had a bar on it when he played it. So it's just a Floyd. It was a Rockinger, but it'll just be a Floyd with no bar. So to make it so it doesn't always want to do this so heavy with those two necks, it's more rear loaded. We could make the body, should be a little bit better, but kind of anxious to see how that plays. Never played a 12-string double neck.
Get ready to have a workout, because chances are that neck, the action's going to be slightly higher than you'd like, because it's so much tension on that neck.
On the 12-string, right? The 12-string.
Yeah. But I mean, it'll be cool, but it'll be more tension than you're used to.
Yeah, and because I'm like you, Dave, I like a real low action. Like, I mean, you can't tell, but on this music, man, I gave it the Dave Nesdahl type setup. And I'm gonna have you look at it too when you see it, because I really want you to play this. I think you're gonna love this guitar. But I love a nice low action. I like it. It's just what feels right to me. I can play a high action guitar. I just don't prefer it. I'm not as smooth or fast on it, And John, I know you said your guitars are pretty high action for the most part, right?
Well, mine are all over the place. I don't set mine up. I play them for years and years. They get higher and higher and higher. I'm like, okay.
Imagine how good a guitar player you'd be if you had all your guitars set up really well, because it's got to be hard to get around on a high action guitar.
I'm used to it. I don't know, but they're all different. They're all different.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've never played a 12-string though.
I've never played one. I've seen them in guitar shops, but I've never played a 12-string guitar, acoustic or electric. Never. And I guess I just never really. I never had the opportunity to. I shouldn't say that. I could have. I could have picked one up, sat down, played it, but. This would be kind of cool. Like I said, this is a guitar that I've never had a double neck, let alone a double neck with a 12-string on top. So that'll be. I'm pretty pumped about that. I've always wanted to do that guitar for years and years and years. And I remember when I first met Dave, physically met Dave a few years ago, a couple of years, whatever it was, 2.5 years ago, when I first went down to his place. We went out to see Paul. We picked up Anthony's to Jay-Z and went to see Paul. And Paul's the one that actually built that guitar for Eddie, custom made it and painted it and everything. And we got into a pretty interesting discussion about it. And Paul had always said, if you guys ever want to do one, let me know. We can probably figure something out. And so Paul was obviously going to be the first choice. I don't know what it would have cost, but. And then, Dave and I had talked about it, and Dave was like, I think what you said, Dave, was, I don't know, that's going to be quite a huge feat to tackle, to do a guitar like that. And I don't really think it was one of Dave's main priorities to do.
Nah, I never wanted one. And the reason why is because I've played plenty of double necks, and other than looking at it, it would never get played. I've played Gibson double necks, and they're all super duper heavy. They're all neck heavy.
Yeah.
It's cool looking. It's an guitar, but it's for me, I've got no space for it, nor any time.
It's like Pixie Licks was doing. I was watching one of his videos the other day. He was like, he had his Gibson or his Gibson double neck out. It's awesome. It's 12. It's just like Eddie's original one before he got the two Kramer ones. He played the Diver Down tour, and Pixie's playing it, and he's like, I just want to do a video on this. He's like, this is one of those double guitars. What are those two guitars? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, like Otto.
Yeah, it's funny.
Otto from The Simpsons.
It's like that one of those two double guitars, you know.
It's like a double guitar. Oh man.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things. But anyways, no, and then Hubbard and I were just talking about it, and I called him like 6 or 8 months ago, and I was like, dude, we got to do one of these guitars. I want to do one of these. And he's like, all right. He's like, I want to do one too. And I'm like, okay, of course you do. So he's like, give me 20 minutes. So he gets off the phone, calls me back maybe an hour later, and he's like, I just got off the phone with Chris Locke. And he's like, he's going to do it for us. He's going to get the template set. And he said, give him a few months to get everything he needs, and he's going to do the bodies. And I was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. Not having fake, not against Chris. It wasn't that. It was just, I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's like, you talk to these people today and they're like, yeah, we'll do it. But then it just, people get busy and life comes in and you don't see it. Son of a gun, it was a couple months later. He kept sending pictures. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? And we were sending him all these pictures, and then we had to go to work to find the next.
Good night, Bazik.
Night, Bazik.
Night, Bazik.
And hey, Frank Kokorkoran, thank you, man. He says he's been watching this channel for a few years, number of years, and when we're on, he always learns something new. So.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
But we didn't know what we were going to do about the 12-string neck. And I mean, the options were pretty much, you get on eBay and you buy a aluminum, Kramer guitar neck, and, spend an arm and a leg on it, or you have one custom made, and then we got talking to Scott, and he was like, I have these two unk necks. And he's like, I got two of them. They need a little bit of work, but so we ended up going that route. And like I said, it's a wooden neck. It's not an aluminum neck, but it looks.
What work needed to be done on them?
It needed to be fretted. It needed to have all the inlays put in. There was some truss rod work that needed to be done. They were just basically like, they're real unk necks. They're stamped unk on the back, but they didn't really have, like I said, they weren't fretted. They didn't have inlays or anything like that. Nothing. And there was a little bit of, Chris had some work to do to him. Hubs could answer it a little bit better than I am, but he
Hubs fretted them?
Huh?
Hubs put frets in them?
No. The way it went was Hubs and I purchased the necks from Scott, and then we just Scott shipped them right to Chris to do the work to him. And then we just basically ordered two Musicraft, Chicken Hawk necks. And now, like I said, basically all it is now is just, we needed to find the 12-string Schaller Badass bridge and the 12-string nuts and pickups and all the hardware and stuff. So it'll be fun, but like Dave said, I don't know if it's going to be a guitar that I'm probably going to play a lot. I think it'll probably be a real cool wall hanger. But I definitely want it to be playable.
It's two guitars.
It's one of those double guitars.
It's one of those double guitars. Yeah. So, it's like two new guitars. You can play one, play the other, play them both. I mean, during the song Secrets live, during Diver Down, during Us Festival, Eddie played both guitars.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and hey, Caleb, great to see you, man. Happy New Year. Good to see you, dude.
Yeah.
Secrets. Yeah. I got to learn the rest of that song.
You're gonna have to learn it now. Because that's the only, as far as live, that's the only song he played on that guitar. Oh, he played a Cathedral on that guitar as well.
Yeah, he played Cathedral on the Pacer, the bottom neck, and then he played Secrets on the 12th.
During the S Festival, he goes from Secrets. He goes from, you know what I'm saying.
Somebody threw something at him. Didn't somebody throw something at him on the S Festival, and it hits his guitar, and Eddie gives him a little weird look, like, "Come on, dude, really?"
I think that was the red guitar, though. That was the Frankenstein.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Somebody throws something at him and whacks his guitar and just makes kind of like a like that. And Eddie's like, "Really?"
Man, where's Steve? Steve would know. It's too bad Steve's not here, man, because he's. I don't know, Rob, if you've been watching during Steve Week.
Yeah, I've been checking them out. Yep. I've been checking them out.
Steve Week. Yeah. Yeah, he's got, all the magazines, all the videos, I mean, everything.
He's got everything.
Right there. I mean, I really wanted you two to really nerd it up tonight.
Him and I got to have a conversation because I got all the videos and the mags too. We have a ball about talking about that stuff. It's funny. I have a picture of Eddie. It's up in my guitar room. I'm not going to run up and grab it, but it's funny. Dave was just talking a minute ago about like you get kind of tired playing the guitar like that because of the weight and everything. Every picture you see of Eddie playing that guitar when he's sitting down, like the magazines where not where he's playing it live, but where he's like sitting down backstage, you can always see him kind of like he's not playing it like a regular, like this. He's always playing it tilted this way, kind of leaning like this to offset that balance of the heaviness of the neck. So right. Me being a player that primarily plays sitting down, I might have to probably play that guitar standing up a little bit more often because it's probably going to be very awkward to play sitting down.
Maybe.
Like I said, I know Hubs told me about a week ago when he was holding it. And he was like, dude, he's like, where do you hold this thing? And it didn't even have all the hardware on it. Just in two necks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And actually, there is some video. There is some video of him playing the guitar in the studio, but there's no audio to it. Let me see if I can find it. I can show it to you guys. I'm just wondering, maybe looking at the footage, looking at him playing the guitar, maybe you can figure out what he's playing. If he's actually playing, because this would have been after, this was years after Secrets was already recorded.
Well, speaking of that, what you just said, the this is where Steve and I could have this conversation. I have a video of Behind the Vaults, I think it is, and it's backstage Eddie playing, Snickers. Backstage, or not backstage, but at 5150, playing the double neck with a little tape dial in the bottom corner rolling, and it's got House of Pain music.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, they've got them all cut up, so there's all different.
And from what I remember. Eddie is holding that guitar in a very weird position because it's probably very awkward to play.
Let's see if I can find it, and it'd be interesting to see.
I'm looking for a picture of
if we can figure out what he's actually playing there, because it wouldn't have been, like I said, this was years after Secrets.
Like how long after though, Johnny? Are we talking like
this would have been 80? This would have been 83. This footage.
Okay.
And Secrets came out in 82.
It's a cool pick. But that's him playing.
Yeah, but he was in 83. He was still using that guitar.
Yeah, but in this footage, he's in the studio.
Yeah,
he's in the studio playing it. So he wouldn't have been playing Secrets. He would have been playing something else on it.
Yeah.
Well, what if it was rehearsals for the South America shows? He would be playing Secrets on it.
That video that I'm talking about, he's wearing those sunglasses that he wore in the '84 era. But like Dave says, I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean,
I'm trying to find it too. I'm trying to figure out. Well.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Here.
I guess I could scroll through
because
really cool. Because it's either the video is like an hour long, or there's like sections.
Yeah.
Sections of it, and I'm seeing different sections of it. Let me see if I can find like the long version, and we can show you the footage. That's fine. We can't play the music.
Right.
But like I said, there isn't any music under it. The music under it isn't what he's actually playing at all. It's just, I think it's like House of Pain or something.
Yeah, you guys ever see this picture?
Yeah.
What? How old is that? What year would that be? That almost looks like Eddie in the 90s.
Really? No, it looks like 87 to me.
Well,
87?
he's got the keyboards back there. He's got the keyboards like he's working on either 5150 stuff or 0812 stuff.
Feels so good, or yeah, maybe.
And he's
yeah.
wearing a colored wife beater, which he was wearing in 87 and 88.
It's actually like a sweatshirt that he cut the sleeves off of.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's yeah.
Well, look at the wear on the guitar. You can tell by the wear on the guitar.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Dave, that's got to be 80. Yeah, it's got to be 86, 87. Yeah, it's just hard to tell if he's got his hair pinned back. But here's the guitar that Dave was talking about a few minutes ago that Dave actually played.
Okay.
The purple PV.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I found it.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
I found it. Oh, is it my turn? Okay. Look and see. I think he's just jamming. I think he's just jamming out. I don't know. I don't think he's actually, because look, he looks like he's just kind of.
That could be 84 or it could be 83. Yeah,
It's 83 because what it is, that footage is all the footage. It's all outtakes for the Jump video. All footage that was never used.
Does he have a bar on that guitar? I don't think he does.
I can't tell because the phone keeps moving.
Well, that's my arm.
Yeah, that's the video I was talking about. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, he's doing some sort of harmonic thing.
He's just jamming. I don't think he's actually. I think he's just jamming out. I don't think he's actually playing a song.
Whatever it is, he's playing in the key of D.
Uh-oh. It's okay.
It's nice to get messages from Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's the video I was talking about. He's just chilling out. That's got to be.
What'd you do?
I mean, it's got to be 83, 84. Hard to tell if it's during Diver Down or not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how long is this? We got 3 more minutes. Oh.
Do you have to watch all 3 minutes of it?
Oh. No, but it's 83. It's definitely 83 because, like I said, it's how do I stop this? Stop. It's footage for the video Jump that was never used. That's what all those vaults, the vault video you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what all that is. That's all for Jump.
You don't want to.
And then they ended up, from what it looks like, they ended up doing the Jump footage that we know. But there was actually all this extra footage, like Eddie, like Dave, you've seen it, where the roadie brings the guitar case and throws it in the room. Eddie opens the door.
Yeah, they did like 50 different takes of that with a Rasta guitar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That and like Michael Anthony at Showbiz Pizza Place. If you guys know what that is.
And all the different takes of Dave getting arrested.
Yeah.
In his what is it, a towel or something?
Yeah, he's got a towel. He keeps going back like this. And
stuff that was eventually used in Panama.
Right.
Like him and Alex driving around. There's a bunch of that too.
There was one. Like Dave's in his room, and the maid comes in. She's like, moving stuff around. Dave's on the phone, and that was that one too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Caleb. Yeah, the poker game on the boat. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Caleb knows. Caleb, we got to get you in one of these things sometime, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you guys don't know, Caleb, he's another guy. Huge
talking.
fan of this stuff and knows all about all this stuff.
Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers is in heat, unfortunately.
Oh, she's not fixed? Really?
No. So she's moving around a little bit and it's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She's wiggling it, huh?
She's twerking. She's twerking.
Twerk.
Watch, I can twerk.
He does it there.
My butt can move.
Yeah, Caleb, man. Yeah, I'll send you a message.
Get him in here now.
We'll get you set up. Well, I don't know if he has Hangouts. That'll be fun though. That'll be a lot of fun.
Really cool.
Hey, Pris. So what?
Johnny, what's your next guitar?
My next guitar?
Air.
What?
It'll be the Nike Air guitar.
Yeah. It'll be a Wolfgang. I've got the body. It's sitting right here, although I'm not going to show it on camera. I wasn't going to show it until it was actually, done.
Yeah.
I've got all the parts for it. I just need a neck.
What? You don't need a neck?
Huh?
Don't you have it? You have a Wolfgang neck, right? You need the grommets. You need the ferrules.
That's another guitar.
Wow.
What'd you do with that neck I gave you?
I don't even.
Bozique has that neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bozique and I, we traded. We did a trade
okay.
a while back. Alberto, how are you doing, man?
Alberto, what's
How's
happening?
everybody? We're enjoying the first several hours of 2018. I
haven't seen Vinny in here though. Where's Vinny? He's probably doing a Facebook Live video.
Yeah. He's got his own thing going.
He's on like a mad dash with doing Facebook Live video.
Mm-hmm. He gets a lot of viewers though, man.
He does.
If you see those, he's a lot of people in there talking to him. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Everybody loves Vinny.
Brian Davies, what happened to the grommets that you sent me? They are on. You guys know the Wolfgang that has no bridge on it. We were talking about this last night. That has the grommets.
Okay.
RMG wants to jump in.
Cool.
For a few minutes.
Cool. I'm just going to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back, everybody.
Connor wants to know where Jay is. Jay is hanging out with his wife tonight before he gets a divorce.
Oh gosh. RMG, how do I get you in here?
Oh, it's Ryan.
Invite. Can I send you a thing, Ryan? Or no, it doesn't work that way.
Chris Hegestead, are you selling a Shark guitar? Is that why you're asking what a fair price is, or are you looking to buy one?
R2, R3. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video with the Echoplex pedal. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I already did one at Guitar Center, but I really didn't even scratch the surface of what that that thing can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ryan, where are you? I'm on Facebook. Okay. Here we go.
Chris, why don't you contact me on Facebook, and I'll tell you how to get a hold of one.
There we go. Okay, Ryan should be jumping in. Podcast.
No, Broken Chains, not like Great White, like the Destroyer that I have, like the Shark. That's what that guitar is affectionately known as. It's called the Shark, but it's the Destroyer from the first 3 records.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, hang on a second. If you want to trade the dog for the guitar, thank you.
You're trading dogs for guitars now?
Yeah. Broken Chains. This is called the Shark.
Mm-hmm. And Dave swore he would never have that guitar.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Ever.
The price was right.
Mm-hmm. And then he's gonna see Rob. He's gonna see Rob and Chris's double necks, and he's gonna be like, "I need one of those. Man, I need one of those quadruple guitars.
I need one of those double guitars.
These guys, I'm gonna have a guitar that has 4 necks on it. Ha ha. You know, ha ha. You know,
get that. What's the guy from Cheap Trick, the Dick guitar there? Uncle Dick or whatever. Dave will be like, I got you guys beat. I got 6 guitars. Yeah. Or no, Steve Vai, the 4 guitar with a big heart. We should do that.
I've already got a Dick guitar.
I just want to do that one, the Steve Vai with the big heart. You know, the weird thing. I never. I don't know. I would have no ambition. I mean, it'd be cool to see the thing, but I don't know, man.
The action's got to come down on us. The neck moved.
Uh-oh. The neck moved.
It's got one of these things going on.
That's a glued in.
Yeah, it's a glued in neck, but it's got a truss rod, so it moved.
Mm-hmm. Imagine trying to sit down with that heart guitar.
Ouch. Well, at least it's in the right place.
Imagine that. Rick Nelson. Yeah. Nelson. That guy. We were talking last night about what was the topic? Would you break out a different guitar for every song playing live if you could? Right? And Nesdal's like, "Oh, of course, you know." I said I would stick to one guitar, But yeah, Rick Nelson, he's another guy that every song he's got a different hammer. Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yes and no. He uses a lot of late 50s Les Pauls too. He takes them on the road. He's got a 58 and a 59 that he takes on the road that he uses a lot.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What kind of headphones are those, Johnny? Oh, okay.
Grotto Labs. SR60E. GRADO Labs. Grotto.
That's what Johnny's ears look like.
Oh, you've never seen my ears?
No, I know. I'm kidding.
They're huge.
On Instagram.
Johnny's the original Baby New Year.
It's like, oh, you want to see what these are? You just want to see my ears because I take them off and it's like they're like all the way. I can wiggle them too.
7 over 8. Happy New Year, bud.
Yeah. What happened to
Oh, Ryan.
RMG47? Where are you?
I'd like to know who Pat Wilkins is. Caleb said Pat Wilkins painted that red Ripley. I don't think he did. I think Chris Hubbard did.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at yeah.
Maybe he's talking about the original one, the real one.
I still don't know who Pat Wilkins is.
That name's, oh gosh, where have I heard that before? Huh. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. It sounds, for some reason, it sounds a little familiar. I don't know. He did my very first custom in the bowling ball, black and cream. Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I will, Caleb. I'll Google him. I've heard the name. Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Pat Wilkins Guitars and Finishing. Wilkins Guitars. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's in Van Nuys. Yep.
Yeah, they're saying that he was the one that did Ed's original bowling ball.
The real one, yeah.
The magazine that Ed is on the cover of from Guitar World, I think that was '86. Because I think I got a picture of Ed.
It was like the first one with him with Van Hagar. Because you open it up and the whole band is in the
Here, that's it. Right there.
There it is. What's the date on that, Dave?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought you had the magazine.
September. It's a September issue. It looks like 1986.
I don't know if you guys saw this picture. This is I put this on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. It's my red cloud and then my purple Pacer, 81 Pacer with a lawsuit head stock. But the picture I was looking at for Ed is this. Yeah, this is the picture of Ed. You can see the Super Pluto in the background. That's a really cool picture of Ed playing sitting on the mixing board with his red cloud. And then, like I said, you can see the Super Pluto here, which is really cool. I think the Super Pluto, I almost remember reading that it was the Super Pluto guitar that he recorded Ripley with. It wasn't this one.
That's correct.
Yeah. Because wait, which? What?
They said that
Ripley?
Yeah, the song Ripley back in 84, 3, 45, whenever he recorded it the first time.
Because that pink guitar didn't exist then.
Right.
But when they did the Blood and Fire, what I heard was Eddie sent Steve Ripley the Super Pluto and had it fixed up, and that's what he used on Blood and Fire.
Yeah, that's
record. Yeah. So not the Kramer. You know?
Right. Yeah, the Super Pluto. What kind of guitar was that, Dave?
As far as I know, it's a Ripley guitar. It's Ripley made. It's a looks like an ash body with a maple neck.
Steve Ripley did a lot of. He actually
did a lot of tellies.
He built a lot of Ripleys into Telecasters. That was Eddie wasn't the only one playing one of those. There was other artists that actually had those guitars and played them and used them live. And
yeah.
Okay, here's another finish of a.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool.
Very cool.
Right there, yeah, the bowling ball. Yeah.
Man, that's really cool, actually. That really looked like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing about these guitars, the Red Clouds, like this version here is a replica of Ed's original one. But if you look at the finishes on these guitars through the years, they changed. They were more bowling ballish. Then they got to be more like the clouds were more defined, and the
oh wow,
the veins were a little bit different in them. So
here's another one.
Oh, that
Yeah,
blue?
I used to think that it was like red paint, and then you would put a sponge in it, and it would, so make,
Yeah.
Here's
like
another.
you blot it with a sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're Wilkins guitars.
Yeah, it looks great. That's
That's
really
So that's the finishing that he does.
That's so cool.
I'll have one in a month.
A double neck one?
One of those
No.
double guitars.
I don't think I'll ever have a double neck. I might have a double chin, but not a double neck.
Why do you think I grew this? You know?
I know when you shave, John, you can't even tell who it is. You're like, who's this guy?
Happy New Year, Mystic Star.
Hey, Mystic Star.
Where's
Happy New
Ryan?
Year.
RMG.
Mystic Star.
I don't know. I don't know where he is.
I don't know, but we have 2 minutes before we implode.
What? It's almost oh, so we're almost going on like 2 hours, roughly.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, Pat Wilkins. Yeah, that name does sound familiar.
Yeah, it does. I know I've read it somewhere.
Let's see. When was this?
Implode.
Oh, there he is.
Almost. Hey guys, what's going on?
What's happening?
How you doing?
Who is that?
Can you hear me, guys?
Perfectly.
Any echo?
Nope.
Awesome.
Me.
Perfect.
Hey, Ryan.
How
Happy
you
New
doing,
Year.
John? Good to see you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I've been on a couple times, Rob, but I don't think I've ever had the pleasure of meeting you. So very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
Thank you.
Hope you had a great holiday.
Oh, it's been wonderful here in the Midwest, in the Central
Nice.
Time Zone. It's been great.
Nice.
Back to work tomorrow.
I know. Me too. Me too. I've had a nice little stint here for the last week and a half. It's been nice. Back to the grind.
Absolutely.
You got some neat looking toys back there.
A couple Paul Reed Smiths, yeah. I'm a PRS guy. You guys are kind of the EVH. I'm a PRS guy, so
Nothing wrong with that.
I've got the custom 24, the single cut 594, and then the single cut 594 with the soap bar P90s, the gold top back there.
Oh,
Kinda
you must
like
have got that.
Yeah, it's my newest one. It's kind of like a 56 reissue Les Paul, but it's PRS's version of it. It's the gold top with the P90s.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
it's a cool one. And then under that is what I was trying to tell you earlier, Dave, that amp down there in the middle underneath, kind of like right there.
Yep.
That's the Car Mercury V. So you guys know I was a Kemper player for quite a while, and I went and plugged into that thing, and I was like, wow, this is what they're talking about. This is that amp in the room sound. So it's an 18-watt combo. It's got two 6V6s in the power section, and it has a built-in attenuator. So you can either run 16 watts wide open, or you can go 0 to 4 watts on the built-in attenuator, which is really cool to play at like a lower volume.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did is they took like a 4-input, like Marshall Super Lead type amp, where the guys used to bridge those 4 inputs. They'd bridge them together, and then they'd have 2 gains, like a high gain and a low gain, like an old kind of plexi type of thing.
Yeah.
And he internally bridged those, so you've got a high gain and a low gain. You just got 2 gain controls, and then you've got your normal treble middle bass, built-in reverb. It's an old school kind of Marshall-y thing, and it's really, I mean, I got to give it to you guys. The tube amp stuff, it's where it's at. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I went down the modeling route, and I've definitely come back like total 360 on, or 180, I guess you would say, on the having a real amp is, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, Connor.
David, did you guys do anything crazy in New York for the New Year's?
No, not at all.
Good on you, man. Good on you.
How about you in the Midwest?
No, we stayed in. We went out and got some dinner, and I think we were back at the house by like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or something like that. It's a bad night to be out and about. You know,
Yes,
there's a lot of bad decisions being made out there on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you got that right. I laid pretty low myself. I went to visit my martial arts teacher, and he does this little Chinese egg roll New Year thing. I stayed for a couple hours with him. He only lives 15 minutes down the road. I was home by 8:30, so that was it for me.
That's what my martial arts teacher does too. He gives me egg rolls most of the time.
Really? Yeah, that's what he does. Mine does too. He's been doing that for years and years and years and years. It's like, you know, you can't even go over to his house and relax. He got you working and rolling, you know, doing like, you know, Sensei, I really would, you know, I don't want to go to a party and work. I want to come here and chill out and relax. But
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, Connor Johnson asked a question. Who signed that? Said he missed it. It's actually Chris Hubbard. It's got Eddie Van Halen's signature here,
That's
but
a
it's not.
that's
Really.
a good looking guitar.
It's not even Eddie's. And then on the back, whoops, there goes the bar. It's got the Steve Ripley signature, and again, that's not his. It's just Chris.
It's a pretty close replica, though, Rob. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll grab the real one, and you can check out the differences.
Yeah, it's a cool guitar. I like it. I was pretty happy. I mean, I always loved that Red Cloud, and watching Chris make that replica, I was just like, oh man, I gotta have one of those. You know, we can never have enough. You know, never enough guitars. You know. Here's
the real Steve Ripley autograph, and it looks just the same.
Yeah, it's very close.
Wow, yeah, you're right though. The S is on mine is a little bit messed up. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. We see the knobs on yours. I'm not being pornographic.
Hang on.
No, you can't say that.
Dave, show me your knobs.
There you go.
Dave, can you turn that knob for us?
Being turned as we speak.
There's more knobs on that thing than an old BC Rich.
Yeah. Now, Dave, when we were down there that time with Hubbard and I came down, you had the splitter hooked up and everything. You play that very much?
No, I don't. I don't really like the setup on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't feel like taking the neck off and putting a shim underneath the neck. I just don't feel. I mean, because it's okay, and I'm just waiting for it to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so cold out here that all my necks are doing this thing, and they all have a little fret sprouting. They all have a little fret sprouting. So I'm not doing any work until we get a little bit of humidity in the room for the necks to come back. And then
I know what you're saying, Dave. It's killing me here. I don't know how it is where you're at, but it's like 6 degrees outside.
All my guitars are like, you can't play them because they're all cheese grated.
Yeah, it's like 6 degrees outside. You're running the furnace, and like the humidity inside's like 19%.
Yeah,
so I should probably go get a humidifier, but
yeah, we're toying with that right now. Desiree and I, we're toying with the idea of getting a big humidifier for this room.
Yeah,
but it's tough. It's never been this cold. It really hasn't been this cold in a long, long time. It's usually more manageable, but this year it's been bad.
We're lucky we're not acoustic guitar fanatics because they would have already split down the middle.
Yeah. At least these guitars, come springtime, they'll come back. Even in a little bit warmer, like if I'd say March, by March they'll start to come back, and this will go away. The necks should bow back a little bit, and then at that point, if I need to reset them up, I'll do it. But I don't want to take necks off the guitar. Every other month. I just don't want to do it. I've got too many of them. And if I played this every day, it'd be a different story, but I don't play it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not doing any permanent damage, I'd leave it alone.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, the action that it is right now is like Johnny would probably think it was amazing, but for me, it's.
I can see those tracks running across Johnny's back right there from where he got thrown right under the bus.
I'm just saying, Johnny doesn't mind higher action. And this would be perfect for Dennis. He loves high action. Dennis would be like right at home at this.
Yeah, see, it's that same way out here though. It's absolutely freezing. I mean, Dave and I only live a few hours apart, and I woke up this morning. It's like 4 degrees.
Yeah,
and I could feel all my necks doing the same thing.
Yeah, 6 o'clock this morning. It was 1 degree Fahrenheit outside here.
Yeah,
and that's
Where
unusual.
Where are you again exactly?
I'm dead in the middle of the Midwest. I'm in Indiana, right in the southern part of Indiana. So, I'm halfway between Johnny and Dave. So, halfway between you guys too. So,
yeah, you guys get belted out there too, no doubt.
Yeah.
Man,
we don't get snow quite like what you get though.
Yeah,
you get it by the feet up there. We get it by the inches here.
We've been lucky so far. Right now, here we have. I'd say right now we probably have about 6 inches of snow, which isn't really a lot. But I think usually January, February, March we get belted pretty good. So it's funny. I have a friend of mine's wedding is in February 24th. I'm the best man. He's getting married out in Buffalo, New York, and that's a 6.5 hour drive for me. So I got to drive to Buffalo, New York. And end of February is when those guys get just pounded. So
is that north for you?
It's actually let's see. It's actually northwest.
Yeah, right.
It's more west than it is north, but a little bit. I'm actually about an hour and a half from New York, the New York border, but Buffalo is, that's pushing it a little bit. So it's it's about a 6.5 hour drive for me. So
it's a good haul in the snow, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a good weekend.
Chris Link wants to know what year this guitar is. This is an 84. This is an actual real 84 non-tilt headstock.
Yeah, that you could literally take that guitar and turn that into a red cloud. It'd be perfect. Not that you would want to do that, but I mean that's exactly the model. That's a non-tilt back headstock too, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
It's like a grail neck. Yeah.
It is. Yep.
Oh, you could send that to Wilkins? Is it?
Yeah, have him red cloud it.
Send it to him.
No, I'm gonna leave it as is.
And it's Caleb. Yeah, it's 55 where Caleb and I both are right now.
Oh yeah.
You poor guys.
I'm freezing. Oh, so
get
cold.
your windbreakers out.
I know. I wish it was. Caleb, where are you in Southern California?
Freezing. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, poor Desiree. This has to be foreign for her.
Yeah. She doesn't like this cold.
Factor of -6 is just that's not normal.
No.
That's wrong.
It's not like Texas. Santa Monica.
Well, actually, Texas right now is 22 degrees, so they're having really cold weather too.
Really?
Yeah. They got snow yesterday.
Oh, you guys don't get snow.
Yes, they did.
Shh. You don't even know what snow is out there. I'm kidding, you guys. I know you guys get a little bit. It's funny. There was a picture somebody posted on Facebook the other day. I don't know if you saw it, Desiree. It was a picture. It's a picture of. It wasn't Texas. It was, or maybe it was. It shows a picture of it says winter driving with snow in Texas or whatever. It's a couple snowflakes. It's got cars all over the place, people raiding the grocery stores.
Yes.
And then it's got a picture of New England.
It's not a joke. I've traveled to Texas in the winter on business, and they forget how to drive down there. It's just they go crazy.
Yes, they do. Like, oh God, ice is on the road. We can't drive. Let's go 80. We gotta get home. Yeah.
4-wheel drive trucks off in the ditch. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how it is here when it rains. You know, when it rains in California, nobody can drive.
Really?
Not that they can drive anyway, but no, they're terrible.
Just rain.
Right, Caleb?
It's like that in LA during a sunny day.
yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I remember last time I was in LA three years ago. It wasn't during rush hour. It was during, I don't know, it was like maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon coming down the freeway. I don't know what the freeway is, coming right into Hollywood. You can see the Hollywood sign. It's the main freeway.
The 405, right? Isn't that the 405?
Maybe. Probably is. You're driving in and you get the Hollywood sign up here, and these freaking people are just like flying by. You guys on motorcycles, like weaving in and out, passing me doing like 90. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's like, I mean, these people are nuts. I'm like, it's amazing these people were killed, you know? But, I mean, driving in Boston is crazy. New York's crazy. But, man, LA, I was just like, wow. You know? Although I will say some of the most craziest driving I had ever seen was in New Orleans. New Orleans had some crazy, crazy driving.
Well, they were underwater.
yeah. That's yeah. Oh man. So you guys don't get that much snow out your way though?
Out here, yeah. I mean, if we got a foot of snow here, it would be a big deal. Yeah. But 6 inches, something like that, that would be a pretty solid snowfall for us.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty big. That would be above average at one time for sure. Wow. So maybe I can bring this thing off of weather chat and bring it back to guitar chat for a minute. So I've had this idea for the last couple of years that it would be really cool to have a guitar from the year that I was born. And I've never been able to really find one. And the more research I do, the harder it gets. So that year would be 1986. So when I look at guitars in 1986, everything Fender was built in Japan. Gibson guitars weren't very good at that time. So you almost have to go down the like super shredder route if you're going to get a guitar. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys have guitars from that era. What do you think 86? If you were looking at a guitar from 86, that would be a really good, it doesn't have to be a collector's piece, but something that would really be nice, really be worth having. What do you see in 86? What do you think?
I'd get a Kramer.
Yeah, my Kramer Pacer I just got for Christmas is an 86.
Is that right?
That'd be a great guitar.
2 single coils and a humbucker.
You looking to sell that, Dave?
I would probably die before.
Sorry, Desiree, I had to ask.
If you get on, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, I mean, I don't know how big you're on the Floyd guitars, but I'm kind of with Dave on that one. If you get on, Reverb or eBay and just type in 86 Kramer guitar. Yeah. There should be a pretty good selection of
well, there's a candy apple red one up there now for $500. It's
wow.
86 comes with the original case. Can't go wrong.
I should definitely check that out because being a guy that tends to like the PRS stuff, 86 was their second year of production. So when you go looking for a 1986 PRS, it's like $8 or $10 grand.
Yeah.
For a guitar. So to find something that would be much more affordable than that would be awesome. Kramer might be a legit good way to go.
And it would be one of the older Kramers, so you'd be getting the real, the classic guitar with the real good quality.
What would be the thing to look for, Rob? Is that like when you buy a Kramer, do you want the tilt back? Like the beak, or what do you look for when you look for a Kramer?
I mean, I might answer this a little differently than Dave, but I mean, I think a lot of it's up to, opinion on what kind of style you like. I prefer the banana head. I prefer the non-tilt back. That's just my personal preference. I like the Beretta kind of guitar. You know, the one pickup guitar with a Floyd.
Why do you like the non-tilt bag? Just so that it's a little more stable as far as if you know, I mean, you don't break the headstock type of thing, or
well, it's actually less stable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the reason they were doing the tilt backs is because, especially like the Eddie guitars, and like I said, Dave can answer this probably a little bit better than I can, but the tilt backs they did to give a little bit more stability and also for tuning as well. But for me, it's more of just the aesthetics of it. I just like the look of them a little bit better because I've always been the Eddie guy. I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
Well, yeah, they made about, I don't know. There's talk that people say there was only 6 original Holy Grails, but there's more than that. There's, you know, I'm sure they're probably around 50 of these guitars from '83 with the non-tilt hockey stick. They're either white or black, but you're looking at about $8,000 for that guitar because it's a white elephant or it's a unicorn. It really is hard to find. And when you find them, it's usually a replica that someone's trying to pass off as a real one.
Almost like a collector's piece, that kind of guitar.
Yeah. So, then you go for the 84s, which is the same exact guitar, except it's got a tilted back headstock. I've got one here for sale. It's a nice guitar, but it's an 84. You're looking for an 86. I don't.
Caleb in the chat.
The only 86 guitar I have here is this one, but I mean, I in general like the beak necks, or
me too.
Just they're the earlier the better for me, because back then, most of the time the bridge would sit right on the body. The mid 80s, it's like they forgot how to build guitars and started floating the bridges, and they're all floating at a different height. They're all different heights, every one of them. I've got 3 Berettas here, and the bridge is sitting at a different height off the body.
Yeah.
So to me, that's saying
like for the pull up, like how far up you can pull.
Yeah, but that to me, that's saying that where the neck pocket is, each pocket has got to be a different. It's got to be a different measurement. Because the neck is coming out
angle,
at either a different angle, or it's a little higher or a little lower, but they're all slightly different. So, it just depends on what you like. And I'm not saying they're terrible, but they're all different.
Caleb in the chat, Caleb Rappaport in the chat is saying that in '86, Charvels were about the best guitars you could get in an '86.
Well, most of them were made in Japan. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't. I'm hard pressed to find an American made. Well, I guess you could find a made America Charvel, but they're probably going to be $2,000 to $3,000 too.
Was that before Jackson?
No, it's the same. Jackson Charvel is the same. '86 is the same. They're the same company.
Oh, so Jackson was already its own brand in '86.
Yeah, but I think it was the same company, I believe.
Okay.
Well, Grover Jackson, I think still worked for Charvel in the mid '80s. I think.
Right.
So you're looking for a guitar in 1986, because that's the year you were born.
Right.
I really appreciate that, because that's kind of a cool thing. I've never thought of that. I mean, I was born in '73, so I'm kind of like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Get a guitar the year I was born. So the guitars you have right now are the ones that are behind you. Are those all the guitars you own?
Yeah, I've got the 3 electric PRS, and I've got my Martin acoustic over there. Yeah.
So with that being said, I mean, again, this is just my thought since you asked the question, and kind of Dave and I have been kind of rapping on you a little bit with the Kramers, and yeah, I mean, I like the Charvels too. I mean, if that's the way you want to go, but the way I would look at the whole thing is, if you're looking to pick up a guitar in the year you were born, that 1986 was classic hair metal days. That's back 5150 had just come out. Van Halen was huge. You had Dokken, you had Scorpions. You had all the hair metal bands at that time. And Kramer was the guitar of the mid 80s. So I don't know. I'm just thinking, I mean, you don't have any super stratty kind of guitars with the Floyds or anything.
No,
So
I don't. You're right. Yeah.
maybe that would be a kind of a cool thing. Because I mean, that was the flavor of the day for 1986. I'd get on eBay and I would just type in 1986 Kramer guitar. And then like Dave said, you have your choice of the chicken hawk beak neck style, the pointy headstock style, the tilt. You can kind of.
Well, they're all going to be pointy headstock at that point.
Yeah.
86, they're all going to be. You're not going to find chicken hawk was the last year for that was 84.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
That's
early, very early 84.
Yeah. But I mean, you could look at, I'd be looking for a Floyd Rose type guitar, and you can decide if you want to get something like what Dave just got with a pick guard, or if you want to get something that's, that's top loaded,
Yeah, I'm definitely not afraid of a Floyd. I've had a Floyd before, and it's not a problem. I do all the work on my own stuff, so I know how to set up a Floyd and deal with that. So that's not a problem. It's just trying to pick the right make and model is what because when you look at like a Gibson, the only thing I ever see come up for sale will be like a studio version of a 335 or something like that. It's nothing I would ever really want to really put any money into.
1986 was really the first year that the Gibson Custom Shop started making guitars. They're good guitars. They're not what they are today, but they're good. And you can still get like an American-made like 57 Strat or a 62 Strat, like a vintage reissue.
I've seen that, but I thought those
are a lot of money now because they're made.
I think they were Fullerton.
Fullerton, yes, they were Fullerton guitars, so they're expensive now.
Yeah, they're like $25 to $3,000 for what you're talking about.
Right.
I just don't want to, I would like to. I've always believed in buying the American-made stuff as much as I possibly can when it comes to buying toys, especially. Which for me, it's really what it is. And if I could
buy the Kramer, even if you go for a Kramer, even though it says Made in USA, in '86, ESP was making those necks. They're pretty much Japanese.
They're Japanese. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the plate say? What does the plate say on those Kramers? It's something Neptune, about New Jersey, right?
Neptune, New Jersey.
Neptune. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Who made the bodies?
Yeah, just like this one right here. It'll be just like that, Kramer, Neptune, New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. They were assembled there, maybe.
Yeah.
There's another one.
You can ask a bunch of people. Everyone will give you different answers. I really don't know where the bodies were made. I know back in the early '80s, they were made by a company called Sports. I think they're up in the Northeast.
So probably American bodies, but Japanese necks then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hard to say, but I mean, it's still, Kramer being an American company. I mean, you get something out of the '80s. I really think you'd like what you have. And I think.
Was Bernie Rico? Was he still making BC Rich in '86?
I think so. And some of those mid '80s BC Riches are great.
Hard to find.
You get like an ST3 or a Gunslinger, which is the two Strats. Strat looking ones, you can get them, but they're hard to find. And
Jimmy in the chat brought up Peavey. They made those T-series guitars in the '80s, which were actually, I think they're underrated. I've played a T60 before.
Yeah, I like those a lot. I like those.
They're just ugly as sin.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be caught alive with one of those.
They did an interesting thing where, like the T60, I know for sure, on the volume pot, when you rolled the volume off, like between 10 and 7, it was a humbucker. And then when you got under 7, it went automatically into single coil mode on the humbucker, which was kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool idea.
Mhm.
Those,
So you guys know what we're talking about. The PVT 60s look like that.
Yeah, that's it. The natural one is the
Yeah.
one I've always seen. The one on the left.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the one you always see, right there.
yeah.
That's
And
it.
If you ever see one at a store, it's always that one.
And those were all American made. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like them. I think.
it almost looks kind of silver tonish.
That's back when the Americans didn't know what was good looking.
Caleb goes ugly. Yeah.
Well, I'll check into a Kramer. I'll check in and see what I can find on like an '86 Kramer or something.
Just see what you like. See, a lot of it's going to be what you find. A lot of it's going to be looks. I mean, you'll find some Kramers that be like, okay, and then you'll see one or two, you'll be like, whoa, look at that,
And just be advised, you're going to see a lot of Kramers that say striker and focus.
Yeah.
They're okay, but they're Japanese and worse, like made in Korea and China and all kinds of.
Yeah, that was probably before the time Japan was like, as good as Japan is today.
The Focus guitars are pretty good guitars, but if you're looking for something made in USA, you don't want a Focus either.
You want a Beretta
or a Pacer?
Or a Pacer.
You want a Pacer or a Beretta.
Yep.
The Carrera is nice. You can find an '86 Carrera, which is all black, no inlays on the fretboard. You have to be patient. There's really, because I check every day, and there's a couple of cool guitars up there. That red one, the Candy Apple Red from '86 is really good. It's a nice guitar. It's a little beat up, but it's nice. And it's inexpensive.
Caleb in the chat said, "Look for a Pensa, sir." if I could afford a Pensa, sir, from '86, I'd buy the PRS.
Yeah,
Sure, they're big money.
They're huge money. Huge. They're like $5,000.
Yeah, that's like back when he built the Doppler.
If you can even find one. Yeah.
Dave, your multi-tape guitar that I painted and taped up for you was originally Candy Apple Red. What year was that body?
83.
Oh, it was 83. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's another one. That neck's got to come off that guitar and get tweaked. It's really in bad shape right now.
Yeah, due to the weather, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't twist, you're okay. If it bows, you're okay. But if it twists, you got a problem.
Right. There's no twist. It's just, it's the action. You can it's a bow and arrow type thing.
I love these electric guitars behind me, and I set them up, and I basically like my neck with just enough relief that if I hold down the 1st fret and the 15th fret and tap on the string around the 7th or the 8th, it barely moves, and I mean barely.
Yeah.
And over the last month or so, I usually gig once or twice a week, and I alternate. And it seems like every time I pick up one, it's like, why is this action so high?
Yeah.
And I measure the relief on the neck, and it's bowed more. So I have to go and I straighten the truss rod out, and then we're okay. But I expect when it starts to warm up again, the humidity comes back.
Yeah,
they're all going to back bow.
The funny thing is, I actually, as crazy as it sounds, I like a little bit of back bow, because when you're playing with any type of overdrive, you're not going to hear the buzz. I don't really, and I have a pretty light touch to begin with. I don't really dig in terribly where you're going to hear a lot of fret buzz. And that just, that's how low I like my action. So I do the same thing where I check my action, where I, put my finger on the 1st fret and on the 13th fret. And then I check the 7th fret. And I don't like there to be any movement at all. I like to sit right on the fret.
No, you like it to be flat.
Yep. Sit right on the fret. Yep.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I like too.
Because I use the fretwork that I get done to these guitars are so perfect. I never have a high fret anywhere. So a straight neck or even a backbone neck is not gonna give me any problems.
Yeah, I've just noticed. I was telling my bass player the other day, it's like every time I pick up a new guitar, I've got to adjust the truss rod again. It's crazy how dry and how cold it is around here right now, and they just keep moving.
Yeah, hard to keep. Yep.
It's crazy. Anyway,
well, guys, like I said, I appreciate the tips on the Kramer. I mean, it's kind of obvious in retrospect, but I'll take a look and see what I can find, and if I come across something, I'll definitely let you all know. Thanks for the
keep us
thanks for the
posted.
input.
Love to see what you find.
Yeah,
absolutely, love to see it.
Yep. I'm not going to keep you all. I'm going to run. I'm going to eat and run here. So, Johnny, it was good to see you. Rob, good to meet you. Dave, thanks for the help again. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Everybody in the chat,
Great to
have an
see you,
awesome
man.
2018. It's good to see you all.
Yeah, same here. See you soon.
All right, we'll see y'all. Have a good evening.
Hey,
Bye.
Happy New Year, bud. Nice to meet you.
Yep. Bye.
See you, Ryan.
What a cool dude. Got some nice guitars there. It's so funny, Dave. I was just thinking the same thing when I got up this morning. I was sitting in my guitar room picking up my guitars. I'm like, oh, not this one too. Come on. You know, it's like, ugh. Feels like a cheese grater on the side going up and down the neck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Well, no, Jay just sent the text I was reading. I'm sorry.
One of those double guitars.
I saw it too. Yeah, man. I was gonna say, Ryan, man. It's too bad you weren't born in '85, man, because this is the guitar you'd be after. Right here.
Oh yeah. Except, let me see that headstock. That's not an 85. That's an 83. That's a Holy Grail.
Yeah. I mean, it says 85, so I just said that.
Not that.
I know it's an 80. That's one of the original.
Yeah.
Oh, and that
Original
particular
thing.
guitar, there's actually talk that I think it's that. Is that the one with the blue signature or the black signature?
Looks black.
Okay. There's talk. One of them. There's talk that either one of those guitars is a fake. One of the two of those.
I didn't know there was a blue signature one.
There's the same guitar with a blue Eddie Van Halen signature on it. Yeah.
I've never seen that one. I've always saw this one.
Yeah. Cool guitar. Really cool guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have?
I don't have one. No.
Here's another one. Is this real? This looks like another. Right here.
It looks real. I mean, that pickup looks like a Schaller, but I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
They're very easy to copy now, especially with the Musicraft neck. That headstock is exact.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's funny. When I first saw this, even before it was painted, I mean, when Scott handed me this at the con, I was just like, oh, wow. I mean, it's just incredible. It's literally the real deal. It's the Holy Grail neck. And it plays incredible. I mean, this is one of my best playing guitars. One of them.
Here, I'll show you a photo of one that is not real that looks insane.
Is it a selfie?
No, I'm pretty real.
Except for those knobs, yeah.
Stop laughing, everybody. Come on.
Party har.
Nothing's funny at all about any of this.
What does Pete always say? Put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah. Speaking of that, yeah, my hands are really dry.
Oh, yeah, especially out here, too. It's cold.
And it's only 55 degrees here, man. Oh.
I wish it was 55 degrees. Oh.
You'd go outside in shorts and be like,
oh, yeah. I'd be like, it could be like, yes, this is beautiful. Yep.
Outside in jorts.
Jorts.
Where is this guitar?
Where is it?
He's looking for one of those double guitars.
I could probably find it faster.
No, I got it. No, this is looks amazing, but it's not a real one. It's a replica.
Yeah.
This
See,
one's-
that's the thing. You can make these replicas today.
Nick made this guitar. This is his personal guitar.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that guitar. I actually played that. It's awesome.
Yeah, you did. Here's the headstock. It's crazy, but that's it. Looks just like the real deal, right?
Yep. And you know, the funny thing is, does he got crown heads on that thing?
Yeah, he found a set of black crown heads. Yeah.
That is so cool. I was like, whoa.
Here's the back.
That is awesome. That's the thing. I mean, with Musicraft and, you know, Lock Custom Guitars and these companies, I mean, you can literally have the exact same thing. It's not, but it is, really. I mean, like I said, this thing here is it's exactly what I'm. I mean, this is basically like a Beretta copy because none of this stuff works. But I mean, this guitar plays just absolutely incredible. It's
Nobody can see you. Hang on. Everybody's looking at Dave scratching his face. There we go.
it's just
Nobody saw that. Oh no, they did.
That's why.
No, they did see that.
They did see that.
I think they did.
Dave was scratching his whiskers. But
now I know what Dave looks like as he's watching TV. That's what he looks like.
Oh, man.
Not quite what I look like.
Blue Bloods.
I haven't watched that in a few weeks.
Oh, because you're watching all Desiree's programs.
I've been watching. I've been on a Star Trek kick. We've been doing the original Star Trek, all 72 episodes.
That's kind of cool. I did that a long time ago.
Hour after hour after hour after hour. It's insane.
I would be insane.
It's I'm so into it that I actually got my old communicator working.
That's cool.
So that's an actual thing?
Yeah, this is from the original series, yeah.
That actual thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's an actual prop from the original show.
That actual thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had this one for quite a while.
That actual thing you're holding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb, the first flip phone.
Caleb's like the first flip phone, yeah.
Yeah, it's from 1965. Or
That is.
thereabouts, yes.
And
Yeah.
what does it run on? Is there batteries in there?
Yeah, it's a 9-volt battery, yeah.
So that's an actual prop from the actual show.
Yeah.
That you keep dropping on your desk.
I don't drop it. I put it on my desk nice and neatly.
That actual thing.
Yes.
And R2D2.
Did you take it with you to Star Wars today and break it out?
No. That I didn't do.
Oh, gross. You said you didn't have the popcorn.
I didn't have the popcorn.
Yeah. How come it doesn't make that noise when you open it? It's supposed to make a.
Yes, I know. The speaker is not working.
But it would make that noise?
It would, yes. It's supposed to make that noise, but the speaker is not working.
Mm-hmm. The speaker on that actual thing.
Yes, is not working.
Johnny just keeps pushing it. You must have been on this show for almost 3 hours now.
Oh, this is nothing, man.
Got to get the hell out of here.
We did 8 hours like 2 nights ago.
It's a marathon.
Several. Well, you know, it's been Steve week.
Yeah.
You haven't met him yet. You've never met Steve.
I can't wait. I'd love to.
Nice guy. Super duper nice guy.
Well, this was his last night, and he's not even here. He's gone. He's in where's he headed to?
Sri Lanka.
Malaysia?
Sri Lanka. He's going to Sri Lanka on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have to have dinner.
Me too.
What are you having?
Yeah, what are you guys eating?
I'm probably going to have a McDonald's hamburger that's in the fridge.
I don't think you're supposed to save that stuff.
Well, I need to eat something. It's too late to start cooking dinner. So
Oh, don't reheat it. That's the thing. You can't reheat fast food. Just
not
saying.
even in the microwave?
No.
It makes it really, really bad for you.
It starts to move.
Well, say goodbye, Gracie.
Crazy?
Crazy Gracie.
Caleb, we'll see you soon, man.
Good night, Irene. Yeah.
Good night, Gracie. All right. My George Burns isn't. I'll need Rob's sore throat for that.
Yeah.
Kiss him, you'll get a sore throat.
Getting worse by the day too. It was not too bad yesterday, and then I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, raspy and.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, you can't microwave. You can't reheat fast food. Just so you know, I'm just letting you know. Don't throw that thing in the microwave and enjoy that, because tomorrow you won't be enjoying anything.
Okay.
Right? Am I right? Leave a thumbs up if I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
At least you're smiling now. I like that. Happy New Year, Jimmy. All right. All right, we'll see you guys, what? Wednesday?
I thought it was Wednesday.
Is it?
What day is it? Monday?
Today's Monday. It feels like Sunday, but it's Monday.
It's almost Tuesday, but started out as Music Man Monday. Howie's eating something off the floor.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
We dropped some McDonald's earlier. He just found it. A fish fillet rolled.
There's something under there he's trying to get at. Look at him.
A square fish fillet rolled under the table. He's really going under there. Look at that.
He's going nuts under there.
Are you supposed to find what's under there? Oh, it's a carrot.
Oh.
Yeah. So Wednesday. Is it officially Wookiee Wednesday?
Wookiee Wednesday.
That's up to you.
Are we going to talk about Star Wars on Wednesday?
I don't know if Jay will want to be here because he doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, no, he hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it, but I've been wanting to talk about Last Jedi. You saw it today.
Yep.
And I think that the time to talk about it is now, because, you know.
Yeah, well, we overstayed our 3 hours now.
All right. You've never seen a square fish? Yeah. How do they make those fish fillets? You never see square fishes.
SpongeBob. Oh, SquarePants. Sorry.
All right. We'll see you guys Wednesday for whatever it is. And Rob, good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to everybody.
And just for the record, Rob was never fired.
No. Just everything's been busy, and these guys are always awesome whenever I want to come on. So no, there was kind of I saw someone say something about that. That was never the case.
Apollo Rocker, hey, good to see you, man.
Kevin, yes. Kevin, you can send me that link. I'll take a look at the guitar.
708. I've eaten way too much to think about McDonald's. Thank you, locking that. I appreciate it. I am awesome. I know.
Yes. And, yeah. And Caleb says he'll be here Friday, so
My
it'll be
Facebook
great.
page, Kevin.
All right. See you guys later. JohnnyBeane.com. Everybody have a good night.
Today.
What's that noise? All right. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Are we off? Is it done?
No.
Man, Dave,